Hi, I'm Dr. Jesse Riggin with Delmarva Chiropractic and Wellness Center. I've been getting a lot of questions in the office lately about nutrition and diets and which one is best for you. And based on that, we decided to do a workshop in the office. And we pulled a few things out of that workshop, which we turned into a 5-week webinar series. This is the first video in the series of that webinar. So I hope you enjoyed it. It just introduces the topic and gives you a few things to think about. So I hope you like it. It will be posted onto our website as well as YouTube. So my slides, I think I have 4 slides. So my first slide, I thought this was really cool. So I wanted to think like, so can you be successful on any diet? Of course you can. So what I love here, anybody know who Chuck D is? Public Enemy? Vegetarian. How funny is that? And then we have Grant Hill, one of the oldest basketball players, getting ready to dunk on Michael Jordan. He's paleo. Also thought interesting, Uma Thurman is paleo, and then we have Jason Wittek. He's kind of a keto guru, and then our vegan right there in the middle, Matt Danzig. He's an MMA fighter. Not a bit of animal product in that man, except the blood on his forehead. I think it's his own. I don't know if that counts or not, but.
What's the difference between the vegan and the vegetarian?
Vegan is no animal product. So you can't have milk. You can't, it's to the point where some people take it to the point where if there's been any animal product used to make a product that they won't eat it. So it's basically vegetables. And vegetables that haven't been tainted with animal product. So they don't do milk, they don't do anything, nothing.
One of the things that I think of is vegetarians eat things that haven't killed the animal most of the time.
Yeah.
So like milk doesn't kill an animal to use.
Yeah.
Honey doesn't kill an animal to have.
That's a good example. Yeah, well, they won't do honey.
Vegans don't do anything that interacts with living beings other than plants.
So an interesting thing, Matt Danzig, clearly very muscular. Lots of protein in that guy, right? Where does it come from if he's not eating meat? It comes from plants. Isn't that interesting? Spinach. There's protein in spinach. People don't realize that there really is protein in vegetables. They're not complete proteins. You have to get a good source, and there's 7 essential amino acids, and you have to make sure that you understand how to eat. But one of the points that I like to make, one of my mentors in graduate school said to me, he challenged me to find one documented case of protein deficiency in a person who had adequate caloric intake. So somebody who's eating enough food and not starving, and find somebody who has protein deficiency. I couldn't find one, and I think he knew that. So I kind of challenge that to people when I see them too. Like, I don't know. I don't want to say never, but I haven't been able to find one. So, do a PubMed search, and if you find one, then I have to stop saying that. I'll find it. So anyways, there we go. And we'll talk a little. So does anybody know the difference between paleo and keto? So keto is largely fat, very, very, very low amounts of protein. Paleo is kind of just the opposite. It's a little bit more heavy on the proteins. The idea behind the ketogenic diet, which is going to be one of our first topics. Let's see, I want to make sure that I don't want to spoil it too much. But a ketogenic diet is basically changing the biochemistry of the body and taking us into a fasting state. A Paleolithic diet is really kind of going off of a more philosophical perspective of, if let's eat the way we were made to eat in Paleolithic times. One thing I think is really interesting is they kind of encourage meat on every single meal or every single day, and I can't imagine that in Paleolithic times we were able to eat meat every single day. So that's something I always thought was. But hey, I don't know, wasn't there. But that's kind of the idea. So let's see. All right, Rhino, vegetarian or carnivore? Vegetarian, 3,000 to 5,000 pounds. Lion, obviously he's a carnivore, 450 pounds. What I thought was really interesting, I thought it was actually Henry David Thoreau quote that kind of made me think about things in a little different way. The largest animals in the world are vegetarian, right? And I thought, well, I'll bet the oldest animals in the world must be vegetarian too. Well, that's not true. The Greenland shark lives to be 400 years old.
Really? Wow.
And then the tortoise, which I was like, tortoises must live longer than sharks. Tortoise lives about 120 years. Still pretty impressive, right? Mm-hmm. So it comes in all forms, you know. I mean, and then there's the grizzly bear, it's 2,000 pounds. So I mean, it comes in all forms. It really doesn't matter. It's not that you have to be vegetarian, you have to be vegan, you have to do this, you have to be that. It all works if you eat what's right for your body. You know, if the lion went vegetarian, the lion's going to die. You know, if the rhino started eating meat, the rhino's going to die. You know, or you know, I don't know what happens to rhino if you eat meat, but you guys get the point. So.
Is the shark vegetarian?
No, the shark. That's what I was thinking too. Is it a vegetarian shark? It's not a vegetarian shark. So, what does healthy look like to you? So this comes from my brother, who. Did you ever hear me talk about my brother? He's a very, very impressive man, chief of police, and anyways, he has a lot of strategic understanding. And I was talking to him one day, and he asked me the question. He said, "What does success look like?" And I thought that's probably one of the best questions I've ever had anybody ask me. So I kind of just turned it around. What's healthy? What does healthy look like to you? What does success on health look like to you? And that looks different for me. Like that's healthy to me. If I can be that guy, clearly, health-wise, I did something right. You know. And I got the day off, so that's kind of cool. So you know, think about that. Try to get that in your mind, because if you don't have a mission, if you don't know what success looks like, you're never going to get there. You know, if you just want to be keto, or if you just want to be whatever, you're just going to be that. It's going to be somebody else's idea of health. So kind of come up with your own. All right. That's all my slides. That's my whole slide presentation. So the rest of it you're going to have to write. All right, and that's our introduction. I hope it sparked your interest and got you thinking about things in maybe a little different way. The next video is going to be about energy storage, so that's all about how our body processes fats and carbohydrates and a little bit of proteins. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you in the next series of video.